You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. I'm Pinky Webb. Our guest today, AFP spokesperson Colonel Demy Zagala. Colonel Zagala, welcome to The Source. Let me already start my questioning. Si General Parlade, he trooped to with some supporters to the People Power Monument yesterday morning to denounce what he calls alleged corruption in COMELEC, no, and that it needs to be overhauled. And then he went on to say that he said a revolutionary government is not the solution, but if it reaches the point of putting up one, so be it. Naglabas ho kayo ng pahayag hinggil dito, and tell us more about that and why the statement from the AFP coming from the spokesperson. You said is firm in its resolve to be loyal to the Constitution and the duly constituted authorities.
Yes, Pinky, thank you and good morning to everyone. Our Chief of Staff, General Andres C. Centino, wants to make it clear that we will have two important duties for this year. The first one is our election duty, and the second one is to finish the CPP, NPA, NDF forces. So when General Parlade came out, we don't want, because he is a former soldier, we don't want people to think that his statement it carries to all active members of the armed forces of the Philippines. So we made it clear that we will be loyal to the Constitution and the duly constituted authorities, that we will stand behind the chain of command. So we want that out of the way so that there will be no insinuation that there will be any support by the armed forces to any action that is not aligned to our Constitution and that will not be able to support our electoral process. Again, we respect people's freedom of expression. Right now, General Parlade is already free. He is already retired and civilian. He's a civilian and he's really free to say what he wants. And we respect that. But again, to our soldiers, airmen, sailors, and marines, we have a duty. And that as members of the armed forces, our freedom is limited to suffrage. No? So it's a reminder that we follow the chain of command.
But Colonel, you're saying that, as we all know, retired na po si General Parlade, and you respect his right to express, to have his freedom of expression, under of course, karapatan po niya yon. But
yes,
yung mga statements na ganon, would that some sort kind of have some influence, or could it encourage some members of the military?
First is, let's get back to some basic reminders. No, back in 1988, there was the Supreme Court gave GR number 83177, no, which states that the peculiarity of military service requires us to be circumspect. As members of the profession of arms, there are imposed limitations, no, in the validity of our actions. So the Supreme Court set distinct parameters on certain civil liberties of person in the military service. So, short in saying, we follow. No, part of the fundamentals of military discipline, and to avert the country from going into a crisis, we must follow. So, yung personal, aming personal feelings or our
conviction,
opinions
beliefs
should not matter. Who we support privately, who we want to vote for, does not matter when it comes to our duty. Although we can express that only when we vote. So that is very clear. So we remain
basically, yeah. As a last question, sir, I've run out of time now. I'm sorry about that. But it's really just a reminder to the active members of the military to stay apolitical.
Non-partisan.
Non-partisan.
Okay, so it is our responsibility to uphold the integrity, as we execute our duty of
Okay.
to serve the nation. So we cannot afford at this moment to be seen as anyone that is engaged as a organization engaging in partisan politics. We want to avoid
All right.
that. We will do our duty. We will do our duty so that the elections will push through.
Okay, AFP spokesperson Demy Zagala, sir, good to speak to you again. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Pinky, and good morning.
And thank you for joining us here on The Source. I'm Pinky Webb. You're watching CNN Philippines.